Hello everybody, welcome to AFC Amakhosi fan channel. This is your boy Sanele Mjoli. So today I'm going to be talking about finally there seems to be a squad depth in our team. One, we have bought quality, we have bought guys who've been around the block. These are the guys who will help the coach to meet the targets, the mandates that the coach has been set for. We've bought guys who've been playing in the PSL for a long time, and as they've been playing in the PSL for a long time, they know the PSL for a long time. Only one player that does not know the PSL, which is Castillo, which by the look of things is a professional player. He's an experienced player because he was playing overseas as well. He's a Venezuelan international, like some might know already, but he was playing in Brazil. I'm hoping that he's going to use these players. I'm hoping that these players will gel with the current team that we have already. I'm hoping that they'll form combinations, as now we are told that they're in training camp and spread. So as these guys are in the spread now, they are forming those combinations. This is where your strikers, your midfielders, your defenders will get to work on those combinations. They'll get to work on the sync, how they move forward, how they move on the sides, and who covers from the midfield, who covers, say that the right wing is not there and we are being attacked on the wing. They're working on those things, guys. So I'm hopeful for this season. And I'm going to talk about Manyama. Guys, it's so sad that one of our own, the guy who gave his all when he was playing for us, he had injuries with us as well here and there. And even with this injury, that has caused him to retire. It's an injury that he sustained while playing for us. It's sad that a 32-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, is retiring. I mean, guys, I'm old now. I'm older than Manyama. I can't imagine for me that the same thing that was bringing food in my table to support my family, I cannot actually continue to play. I mean, guys, imagine a 32-year-old sitting on the street. Because you know with these players that sometimes they don't think for the future. I'm not saying that Manyama did not think for the future. Who knows? He has businesses. Who knows? He has made investments. I do not know. But I'm just talking in general about these South African players who do not invest for the future, who think that they'll play forever. That's why that they come back, they want donations. So, Manyama, I'm hoping that you went to school. I'm hoping that you make investments while playing, because yeah, now the game is over for you. But I'm wishing you all the best. I pray that may you have a speedy recovery, and I pray that may God give you wisdom, saying that you don't have any investment and you did not think about retiring, because no one thinks about retiring at the age of 32, especially if you're still healthy and fit. And in your case, it was an injury that the doctor said to you that you can't play any longer. I pray that may you get well soon, and I pray that may God pave the way for you so that you continue being a provider for your family. I wish you all the best. Thank you for everything. Thank you for contributions in our club, Kaizer Chiefs, and thank you for contributions for the national team as well. Thank you so much, Kaka. Wish you all the best. Take care. They gave Shanti a new contract, and some of you, I hear that now you are saying that Shanti is a bad player. Guys, you cannot be a bad player overnight. Let's support each and every player. And Shanti, for me, was one of the best players that we had last season. Yes, like any other player, he had his downs. Like almost everyone in our team, they had their downs under Coach Zwane. So let's support everyone. His contract has been extended. Kune's contract has been extended. We did not extend the contract for Nange. We did not extend the contract for... We terminated the contract for Cole Alexandra. We did not extend for Nange. And then now Kama, there are question marks around him. So they just are just here now that they just renewed contracts for Nkosi Ngobo, which Kaizer Jr. said that we're still going to sign some few players. Finally, it seems like we have squad depth. What do I mean? When you look at our team, look where we are, the current players, and the players that we just bought now. I mean, we bought 6 players. We have bought a striker, Chibaviro. We have bought 2 center backs, Tadoyana. and given Msimanga, and we have bought an attacking midfielder in Duduzi, and we have bought Castillo, a CM, and we have bought Ulemodi, a right or a left winger. We seem to have addressed almost each and every department. But like I said, in this department, you still need few players. Like for one, I can say for now, yes, let me just pause there. I can say for now that in the wingers, for a long time, we did not have wingers. We only had Sehota, Dolly, inverted winger. And then we bought Sanele, and some of you think that Sanele is a striker. Sanele is not a striker, he's an inverted winger. Before you hate him because of what Zwane did to him by throwing him in a deep end and making him a striker when he's not a striker, Sanele is not a striker, he's an inverted winger who cuts inside and scores. His previous coach said the same thing before he signed with us. He said that Sanele is an inverted winger who cuts inside and scores, and he can dribble and he has the pace. So do not be mistaken to think that he's a striker. Striking department, we have Caleb, we have Chivaviro, and then Duba, and then on the right wing we have Dolly, we have Sanele, inverted wingers. And then on the left, we have Dupreez, we have Modi, we have Sehota. There seems to be competition up front. We have these guys who can chip in a goal or two so that they can ease the pressure from the target man or from the striker, which now, guys, I see competition on the wingers. I really see competition for the first time on the wingers by just signing Modi, by making sure that your Dolly is up to, he ups his game and then he performs at the highest, and then making sure that Sanele plays as an inverted winger and he plays at the level. Last season was his first season, so let's not be too hard on the guy. Last season, it was Sanele's first season in the PSL in South Africa, in a foreign country. This season, I'm expecting an improvement. So, guys, we have good wingers. We have bought well. We have bought well and we have bought experience. Castillo will play a CM, meaning what? This guy will be assisting the CDM. Say, for example, that we don't buy a CDM, which I am hoping it's not the case. Like I said, Kaizer Jr. said that the checkbook is not closed because they are talking with Abbas and they are talking with Tetwa, and they are talking with Ngoma and Munye. So as they are talking with these CDMs, I'm hoping that they'll buy 2 CDMs so that we'll see the best of Castillo, who is the box-to-box player, who plays the same position as Mart, who plays the same position as Sitebe, who plays the same position as Zwane, Samkelo Zwane. I would have advised Zwane to go on loan, but we'll see. And then, like I said, we need 2 CDMs or 1 CDM, and then this is where some of you might not agree with me, and I'm fine with that, but I saw 2 games or so where Zwane brought in Ngobo, Mapoloma, and he played very well as a CDM. He's able to read the game, and he makes those intercepts. He recovers the ball very well. He's intelligent. He's very intelligent in that position. So imagine him playing as a CDM. Guys, already this guy knows how to play as a centre back. And when he performed very well as a CDM, I for one would convert him as, probably not permanent, but I would convert him on most games. He'll start as a CDM and compete for a CDM with whichever player that we're going to buy. If we don't buy a CDM, I'll play this guy CDM, and then now that game play Castillo, which I do not want him to play as a CDM, because there are few videos I watch, he's good at going forward and being a threat and taking on players. CDMs, they don't keep the ball. And then if you say Castillo is a CDM, Castillo is not a CDM because he's comfortable on the ball and he can take on players as well and he can score. He likes playing around the opposition box. He's not an attacking midfielder. AM is not a CDM who's going to sit there as your Casemiro, as your Rodri, or as your Stones. He is a CM, box-to-box player. At the back, we have Solomons and then Frosler on the right. On the left, we have Shanti and Mashiane. Centre backs, we have Dove, who can play as a left back as well. So, could be that probably if we are not signing the left back, that Dove would go to the left and compete with Shanti. Apparently, that is his preferred position, or the position that is good at. I do not know, but the coach knows these guys better than us, and we'll get to know them better than us as he's training them now. And then centre back, like I said, we have Dove, we have Tatoyane now, and then right centre back, we have Msimango / partially, we have Ngobo, and then we have Zita. We have Zita there as well. Goalkeeping, we have these 4 goalkeepers. Attacking midfield, I did not say much about it, but let me speak about it. Attacking midfield, we have Matlo. We are rumored that we want to negotiate with another team so we can switch in a deal to be part of the swap deal and then add few thousands or $1 million here and there so we can get that player. I do not know. Those are rumors that I just heard. It will be sad to let go of this guy who's a good passer of the ball, who plays those champion passes. It will be sad to let go of him. But yeah, attacking midfielder, we have Matlo, we have Duduzi Shabalala, who also is half winger because he enjoys drifting to the right as well, and he can play as a winger, but he's an attacking midfielder for me. And then we have Duduzi Danzane there, and then we have Sabelo Radebe there. We have 4 players who are competing. That's why I'm thinking that Sabelo Radebe would be loaned or sold, because he hasn't really lived up to the expectations. He hasn't really lived up to the player that we know him to be in the MDC. So with a good coach, guys, with a good coach, good coaches in big teams, they know how to use all these players. They know how to use all these players. How so? They need to manage them. I'm talking about player management now. That's why coaches in overseas, they're not called coaches, they're called managers. These guys, they manage the teams in this way. They'll say, okay, watch your diet, watch how you sleep, how many hours you sleep, your lifestyle, if you are drinking and if you are partying. They manage all that. They seem to be strict and be like the fathers. That's what they are to these boys. They manage them in and off the pitch. And then on the pitch, how do they manage them? They rotate players. I mean, we have so many competitions. We have MTN 8, which is just 3 games, and then the final. If our coach wants to win something, he might as well focus in that trophy, to say that, okay, I'm going to target MTN 8 to make sure that I ease the pressure of myself and win this trophy. I'm going to support him, and I'm praying that he's going to win something, and let it be MTN 8. So Nedbank, we know that Nedbank is 8 games or so for you to reach in the final. So how does he manage the players, rotates the players in these competitions, in the PSL, in the league? So, and in the league, you look at, okay, look, say for example, Ranga, you're going to play 60 minutes in this game. I'm going to give you 60 minutes, and then after I'm going to give 30 minutes to Caleb. And then next game, if Caleb finishes on a high note on this game, okay, Caleb, next time I'm going to give you 60 minutes, and then I'm going to give you 30 minutes. Oh, say that Ranga plays almost each and every game, and then Ranga Then the coach says that, okay, I see that in a week we are playing 2 times or we are playing 3 times. How can I best manage you to make sure that you don't get injuries or you don't get overworked? I'm going to give you a game here against Orlando Pirates. I'm going to give you a game against your Golden Arrows. I'm going to give you 10 minutes or so that we build the match fitness. But you don't have to start and play all the games 90 minutes. You don't have to play 90 minutes in all the games. So that's how you manage players as well. You give them a game, you don't give them a game. They sit on the bench, you give them cameos here, there, your 10 minutes, 20 minutes here, and then you check the oppositions. Okay, the opposition, this is how they play. Okay, probably I don't need Caleb in this game. I don't need Ranga in this game. Let me play a lone striker who's a mobile striker. Let me just trickle the system a bit and play Dupreez instead. So I'm hoping that the coach will manage these players and will make sure that these players get game time and will make sure these guys, they all compete. They all compete. I want you to think about this. We have bought experienced players. We have bought very well. I do not care who says what. We have bought experienced players. Bought players who are matured. Age-wise, they are at their peak. We have bought captains. Masim Simam was a captain for TS Galaxy. Duduzi was a captain for Cape Town City. Tatoyane is an international captain for Botswana. He's an international player. Ranga has the experience as he's well-traveled as well. Your Pulemodi has played in the PSL for a long time and is good. We know that is good. And then, who else we bought? And then Castillo, who was playing overseas as well. He wasn't playing in his country, like I said earlier on. We have bought very well. And Duduzi is bringing something different. Duduzi is able to, I've seen in the few videos of Cape Town City, Duduzi is one of those that even in the dressing room, he's a leader. We have bought leaders. Let me just start there. We have bought leaders, as I said. We bought captains. We have bought people who can be able to help the coach to manage the guys very well, in a sense that on and off the field, they can tell the young guys, this is how we behave. Okay, dude, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to make sure that I hold you accountable. I know where you are. I know how you live. I know your wife, and you're not going to cheat on your wife, and I'm going to make sure that I hold you accountable, for example. Okay, coming back to Duduzi, was a leader as well in his team. He's a leader, he's going to be the leader in our team as well. And he's one of those who sings or starts the songs in the dressing room, who brings the fun in our dressing room. He's going to bring the fun in our dressing room. He's going to make sure that our dressing room, there's always fun, and then there's always that time that you need to be serious as well. But it's one of the clues as well. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I saw in the city, in the Cape Town City, that he was always one of those guys whom the other gents wanted to be around because he's one of the fun guys as well. So we're going to see how we're going to play this season. Like I said in one of the videos, that I want a philosophy. I want to see a philosophy, a style of play. But yeah, we've really bought well. We still need to address few positions. Your goalkeeper, your CDM, your left back. Some positions might not be priority, but the priority for me will be the CDM. So guys, like this video. So many of you are consuming the content, but you don't like and you don't subscribe. Please subscribe. Let's increase these numbers. Please subscribe, share, comment. I'm gonna make sure that I respond back to you guys. AFC Amakhosi fan channel, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you for those who are engaging me already. I really appreciate you. Thank you for those who are sharing the videos, who are talking about this channel. I appreciate you. May God bless you.